Thank you very much, Toastmaster Anwar. That was great indeed. Grammar is one concern every speaker considering that English is not our primary language. Being a grammarian demands of listening skill and evaluation skills. And taking on this likewise improves vocabulary and analytical thinking to take on such a profession. He hails from the Philippines and loves classical art and music. Fellow Toastmasters and friends, let us all welcome Toastmaster Noel Invento.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, as grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. So let me just share the screen with you so that you can see the word of the day. Right there. So the word of the day, it's a verb in the parts of speech, which means to withdraw or retreat from or leave behind. In other sense, it could mean also give up or to give over possession or control of. Instead of using relinquish, you can also use the words yield, surrender, cede, or turn in. Now, one example of a sentence using the word is, no matter how many setbacks you have to face, don't relinquish your dream of getting into the top of the corporate world. I'm encouraging everyone to use the word of the day. And later on in tonight's meeting, I will give the grammarian's report when called upon during the meeting, and also report on the usage of the word of the day. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you very much.
That was such an educational presentation of your role. Thank you, Toastmaster Noel. Tonight, there was someone here silently observing our every word, our every move. She is the eyes and ears of tonight's proceedings. She is a good friend of Horizon Toastmasters Club, and is joining us all the way from the NXT Generation Toastmasters Club from Barbados. Fellow Toastmasters and friends, let us all give it up to all our general evaluator, Toastmaster Lisa Yard.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. My club's name is actually Next Generation. We were forward thinking and just left off the E. So we're Next Generation. Thank you again. And I'm your general evaluator this evening, and my role is to evaluate the entire meeting. I cannot do this on my own. So I have an absolutely fantastic team that's going to help me, and that's made up of the speech evaluators, the timer, the eye counter, and some other really great evaluators. We'll be back to give our assessment when called on to do so by the Toastmaster of the evening. Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lisa Yard. They say time is of essence in everything we do, and it is one resource that we wish we could have more of. Tonight, someone is given the special task of being the timer, and to explain his role, we have the Sergeant at Arms of Horizon Toastmasters Club, a budding speaker and leader. Let us all welcome Toastmaster Anwar Nabi Sheikh.
Good evening once again. As the timer tonight, I'm responsible for the monitoring the time for each speaker. For the prepared speakers, time allotted is as per the speech manual. For table topic session, time allotted is minimum of 1 minute and maximum of 2 minutes with 30 seconds of grace period. For the, for the evaluation session, each speech evaluator is given 3 minutes maximum with 30 seconds of grace period. By the grammarian, will have 5 minutes of reporting time. Green card will be shown at the minimum time, yellow card for the intermediate time, and the red card at the maximum time. It will be raised until the speaker finish his or her speech. I will give my report at the end of each session when called upon by the Toastmaster of the day, table topic master, and general evaluator. Thank you. Time to Timothy. Back to Timothy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anwar. Whenever we speak, there is a tendency that we miss or forget some words or phrases. Hence, we resort to some unnecessary filler sounds or verbal crutches. To monitor these unwanted words or sounds, we have a youth leader, Evaluator, from Algosaibi Toastmaster Club. Let's hear it from youth leader Harshini Ramasamy.
Dear Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests, a warm good evening to all of you from different parts of the world. As an accounter, I'm doing the role of an accounter today. As an accounter, I'll be listening to everyone's speech and count the inappropriate words and sounds used as crutch or pause fillers. Excessive use of fillers such as and, well, but, so, like, you know, as well as sounds like will make the speech boring, sometimes irritating, and your message will not reach optimally the listeners. The more you're confident on your topic and well rehearsed you are, will make your speech delivery smooth. With less or nil fillers. So be confident and avoid your speech. I'll present my report to the Toastmaster of the day at the end of the session. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, youth leader Harshini. For tonight's meeting, we would like to know who really performed well in the prepared speech, table topics, and evaluation session. And we will be selecting the best speaker in each of the 3 given categories to help us be the commission on election. We have with us Area 61 Director and past President of Algosaibi Toastmasters Club. Let us all put our hands together for Toastmaster Lito Cueto.
Thank you to Toastmaster of the night, Toastmaster Sharapongkang. To relinquish is not our attitude, but to speak and inspire more to our audience is our way, being the Toastmaster. And you will be selecting the best speaker tonight in the prepared speech session, table topic session, and evaluation session. So I will return back the podium to the Toastmaster of the night. And but before anything else, just cast your vote. Just cast your vote, or PM or private message me because my name is on the list. Thank you very much, and back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ongkang.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lito. How about to lighten up and brighten up our night? Let us make our evening more jovial and exciting. To give us some exercise for our facial muscles, let us call on the Procurement Estimation Executive in Saudi Engineering Group. Hails from Multan, Pakistan. He loves reading books, playing cricket, and traveling. Friends, let us all put our hands together for Toastmaster Uzail Iqbal.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Ashraf. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Today I am your very serious fun master, and I brought a very serious joke for you. So let's get started. A young, well-qualified officer left the job and immigrated to Canada for a better prospect. He applied for a salesman job at Vancouver Premier Downtown Departmental Store. It was the biggest store in the world. You could get anything there. The boss asked him, "Have you ever been a salesman before?" He replied, "Yes, sir. I was a salesman in India." The boss liked him and said, "You can start tomorrow. learn fast, and do well. Now, on the very first working day, it was a long day for that young man, but he got through it. Finally, at 6 p.m., the boss came around and asked, how much sales did you make today? Salesman replied, Sir, I made only one sale and happily. Boss, shocked. No, no, no. You see, most of my staff, they are making 20 or 30 sales per day. If you want to keep this job, you would better be doing better than just one sale. By the way, how much your sales worth? He replied, Sir, $900,000. Boss, what? How did you manage that? Well, said the salesman, there is a man came in and I sold him a small fish hook, then a medium fish hook, and finally a large fish hook. Then I sold him a good fishing rod and some more fishing gear. Then I asked him where he was going for fishing. He said, I'm going to the down coast. So I told him he would be needing a boat. So I took him down to the boat department and sold him that 20 feet twin engines boat. Then he said his Volkswagen would not be able to carry it. So I took him to our automotive department and sold him our new Deluxe 4x4. I then asked him where he will be staying, and he replied, since he didn't decide it, I took him to the camping department and sold him a 6-sleeper camper tent. Then he said I should throw in about $200 worth of groceries and 2 cases of juice. The boss took 2 steps back and asked in astonishment, You sold all to that guy who came in for a fish hook only? Salesman replied, No, sir. Answered, he came in to buy a headache relief tablet, and I convinced him that fishing is the best remedy for headache. Boss, where did you work earlier? He replied, I was an agent in a life insurance company in India. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Uzair. Did you all have a laugh? Thank you. The presentation of our role players is now over, and I am sure you are all ready to hear our amazing prepared speech speakers. We now come to the better speaking session, where 3 amazing Toastmasters will deliver their projects for you. Are you all ready? Then let's bring it on. Our first speaker is a humorous champion speaker who is a certified public accountant by profession. He is the Vice President Education and immediate past president of Horizon Toastmasters Club. He is a traveler, food lover, chef, singer, leader, and volunteer. He will be attempting to deliver his icebreaker under his second path on Pathways Effective Coaching. But before we hear him speak, let us first listen to the objectives of his speech to be given by his evaluator, the past president of Horizon Toastmasters Club for 2017-2018, Toastmaster Juveria Khan.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Tonight, Toastmaster Ricky Chudian is attempting his first project from the second path, which is the effective coaching. And the purpose of his project, that is the icebreaker, is for you to introduce yourself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. And the time allotted for this speech is 4 to 6 minutes. And the title of Toastmaster Ricky's speech is I Am. The title of the speech is I Am, Toastmaster Ricky Chudian. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Javeria Khan. To deliver his icebreaker speech under the Pathways Effective Coaching, let us all welcome Toastmaster Ricky Chudian with his speech title, I Am. I Am, Toastmaster Ricky Chudian, speaker number 1.
Hello, am I audible? Can you all hear me? Hello.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes,
I am
yes.
Toastmaster Ricardo J. Chuidian Jr. I am called by my friends as Ricky, so you can just call me Ricky. Are you all familiar with the signage I Amsterdam? This is one famous
Yes.
slogan in the city of Amsterdam in the Netherlands. It used to be a marketing campaign slogan for them, and it denotes and marks such individuality and diversity for their nation. Toastmaster of the night, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear friends. I am a Filipino. See, I am not from China and I did not create COVID, for God's sake. Well, I am born in the town of Gapan, Nueva Ecija, in the province where it's considered the rice granary of the Philippines. I am the fifth among seven siblings, born to my father who is a storekeeper and a mother who is a dressmaker. I grew up from a rather poor family. I finished my primary education from a public school, graduated from high school through the help of a scholarship program, and ended my bachelor's degree through the support of my two elder sisters who helped me out with my education. As young as 5, or maybe even before I went to school, I have already been selling fried peanuts in the streets under the scorching heat of the sun, just so that I'll have some money to pay for my things. I am ambitious. I dream about things that normal and ordinary people can only think of. I wish to have a house of our own, eat all of those food that we can only find in the restaurants, and even to travel to places that only can go through with our imagination. Thank God, through perseverance and hard work, I was able to achieve all of these things and see that my dreams come to realization, one piece at a time. I am mathematician. I love mathematics. To tell you why, and this is the story. You know, as I said earlier, I have been selling fried peanuts for as long as I remember. I've been counting numbers even before I went to school. And whenever we have a sandwich or a piece of bread at home, we will always have to divide it into 9 equal parts. One for my mother, one for my father, and for us 7 siblings. And what better way to distribute this than to divide the sandwich into 9 equal parts? No more, no less. And no one will dare to complain that he or she has gotten a smaller or a bigger part because I did the dividing of this sandwich. What's worse is, how will you divide a cup of ice cream or a bowl of soup into 9 individuals? You know, in the Philippines, we have this so-called dessert. The name is halo-halo. It is the equivalent here of faluda or fakfakina. So halo-halo is a dessert. It's a mixture of different sweetened fruits, beans, purple yam, cream caramel, milk, ice, and ice cream. So whenever we prepare this at home, I would gladly volunteer to do this for everyone. So I would line up 9 containers, 9 bowls or cups, and then prudently scoop the ingredients one by one to each of the bowls, noting the exact number of pieces that the mongo beans or the tapioca pearls or the bananas will go into each bowl. And then comes the shaving of the ice, and I will fill them up to the brim. What's the most exciting part? The milk. So I will get a can of milk, and literally in my mind, I'm already calculating how many milliliters of this evaporated milk will go into each of these 9 cups. So with a small hole punched on the can, I would be counting with the speed of lightning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Until I reach my bowl, wherein the counting would be so slow as if it will take on forever to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, I didn't realize that I became an expert in numbers, that I have been a great mathematician. Little did I know, I have been already competing in math quiz bees and competitions within and without the schools. Maybe that's the reason why I eventually became an accountant, a certified public accountant for that matter. I am a jack of all trades. Other than numbers and all of these things that I've been doing in the past, I have embraced a number of other things. Jack of all trade, master of all. I see to it that I take charge of everything I do and I excel in each of them. So I became a choir member. I joined a cappella groups and competed in competitions in Europe, the last one being the 8th World Choir Games in Riga, Latvia in July 2014. I have the love for food. Hence, I developed this passion for cooking and baking. And now I have my YouTube channel dedicated exclusively for this particular aspect. I love traveling. I have been to almost 40 countries across the globe, from Asia to Africa to Europe. What else can you ask for? But be a servant leader. I am now exposed into the community, serving as a leader and as a volunteer in different organizations such as professional, cultural, arts, sports, and those that require volunteerism. So now I can say that I'm trying to live up my life to the dreams that I have set in the past. To be their guiding light is to be. So now I can say that I am the Ricky that I want myself to be. And if ever I leave what I am now, maybe it's about time for me to see what I will become. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Our next speaker is another ebullient member of who is a petroleum engineer working as technical sales engineer for Enpro. He's the current treasurer of Horizon Toastmasters Club and hails from Karachi, Pakistan. He loves to socialize with people and read books. He will be delivering his project on Pathway Dynamic Leadership Level 2, speech number 1, on understanding your leadership style. And to give the objectives of his speech, let us all hear it from his evaluator, another past president of Horizon Toastmasters Club for 2018-2019, Toastmaster Bilal Alam.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day. Good evening and salam alaikum, everybody. Today, after successful completion of level 1 in dynamic leadership path, Toastmaster Hassan will be attempting his first project in level 2, which is understanding your leadership style. And the purpose statement of this project is the purpose of this project is for the member to identify his or her primary leadership. And the purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspects of his primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. And the time for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Muhammad Hassan will be delivering his speech under title, Route to Self-Discovery. Route to Self-Discovery, Toastmaster Muhammad Hassan, wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bilal Alam. To deliver his Pathways Dynamic Leadership Level 2 speech number 1 on understanding your leadership style, here is Toastmaster Muhammad Hassan with his speech title, Road to Self-Discovery. Road to Self-Discovery, Toastmaster Muhammad Hassan, speaker number 2.
Am I audible?
Yes. Yes, you are.
Thank you. Great leaders don't set out to become leaders. They set out to make a difference. It's never about the role. It's always about the goal. Good evening, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters and respected guests. Have you all heard of these statements like, I want this work to be completed by 9 a.m. tomorrow. Work day and night and get me the result. Or, how can we complete this task as soon as possible? This is a very crucial task which needs immediate attention. Or, Let's get to work and complete this task early morning tomorrow. We get to hear these different kind of statements every now and then on daily basis by the people in leading positions. These statements uttered by those individuals reveal their leadership style. So if we look at the main purpose of leadership, it is simply to make a difference and bring out the best in people. Toastmaster define leadership in 8 categories: bureaucratic, democratic, authoritative, innovative, coaching, affiliative, altruistic, etc. All these styles are suitable for different situations, and any one of them cannot suit all situations. So adaptability is the key for any leader. For example, if we are given a team which is not that knowledgeable or skillful, democratic leadership style will not work over there because there would be no valuable inputs from the team. So every leader should be able to demonstrate several leadership styles based on the situation at hand, the group of people he's dealing with, like their intellectual levels and their expertise, and the targets in front of him. Best leaders are those who lead by an example. They analyze the situation, they make the best decision out of it, and set their foot down. Leadership could be as small as being a group admin in a WhatsApp group, or leading oneself through the corridors of success by moderating habits, interest, schedule, hobbies, etc. Or leadership could be as big as leading a multinational firm to its financial target, or leading a country to the path of success. No matter where you are or what you do, you always get to experience your leadership style one way or the other. So what one really needs is to identify the set of leadership styles one has and how to optimize them in different leading positions. I am myself a naturally democratic leader, but upon taking Toastmasters International Leadership Survey, it was revealed that in addition to the democratic leadership, I do possess affiliative and coaching leadership style. This result took me back to the memory lane, where I remembered that I have demonstrated either one of them in different situations. Let me share with you a couple of experiences of mine. Back in my undergrad days, when I was a member of Society of Petroleum Engineers NAD chapter, I was leading an office of corporate social responsibility. There, the main objective was to raise funds and to reach out the communities as much as possible. There, I used to conduct daily meetings with my team members in order to discuss with them the tasks at hand and the way forward. Everybody used to pitch in and present their ideas. And after careful analysis, mutually agreed upon strategies were implemented. We won the Best Team of the Year award because we were able to raise record amount of funds and we were able to serve record number of people. So there I was demonstrating my democratic leadership. More recently, I was given an opportunity to lead a team in a project, and the situation was altogether different. The team I was dealing with did not have good qualification, and they were not at all motivated to perform day-to-day tasks. Now, the democratic leadership style could not have implemented over here. So it prompted me to conduct various sessions in which I used to counsel them, I used to motivate them, I used to uplift them so that they can become a useful member of the team. and that could also help them in their future career as well. And after a couple of months of struggle, I was able to make them a useful member of the team. There I was demonstrating my coaching leadership style. Many people believe that leaders are born, leaders are not made. One can beg to differ from this statement. In my opinion, leaders are not made with just a blink of an eye, but instead, years and years of drilling is required to get the best cut of diamond we call leaders. I'm sure all of you have different opinions regarding leadership or different leadership styles, but mine have been rightly identified as democratic, coaching, and affiliated. I have discovered my styles. Have you? Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Our last speaker is a communications expert who brings over 13 years of international field engineering and corporate training experience from the energy and IT industries. He holds a master's degree in petroleum engineering and project management from Dalhousie University in Halifax, Canada. He also has a certificate in TESOL and is fluent in English, French, and Russian. He will be delivering his project on Pathways Team Collaboration, Level 3, Elective Project Number 1, on Know Your Sense of Humor. And to give the objectives of his speech, let us all hear it from his evaluator, the current president of Horizon Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Umar Farouk Awan.
Can you all hear me right now?
Yes.
Little better. It's still very.
Voice is clear.
Okay.
Okay. So Toastmaster. I don't know why the connection is so bad today.
No, it's
okay.
okay.
So the Master Alan, your voice is clear. Can you all hear me?
Yes, brother. Please proceed.
Okay. So everybody can hear me or not?
Yes, please proceed.
Okay. So Dr. Allen will be delivering level 3 project, elect project, Know Your Sense of Humor. Purpose of the project is to begin developing a collection of humorous stories and present through that speech, and it includes humor. Time for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Pathway A team collaboration. Best of luck, Toastmaster Allen. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Umar Farouk. To deliver his Pathways Team Collaboration Level 3, Elective Project Number 1, on Know Your Sense of Humor, here is Toastmaster Alan Akamba with his speech title, When I Look Back. When I Look Back, Toastmaster Alan Akamba, speaker number 3.
December 2015, Orlando, Florida, United States. I'm standing in the parking lot with my son as we had just returned from Disneyland. My son loves Disneyland and all those characters, Bugs Bunny, Cinderella, Mickey Mouse, Pluto, and so forth. And as I was about to walk away, my son was going to teach me a lesson I would never forget. It all started about 5 years earlier when my wife got pregnant. So I decided to learn as much as I possibly could about becoming a better father, because a new life was waiting for me ahead, and also to learn to become a better husband. So I took some courses online. I took a course from the University of Melbourne in Australia, online, called Child Psychology. I took another course entitled Neuroscience for Kids from Coursera, a very famous platform. And then I had tens of conversations with my dad about what it takes to be a better father and a better husband. When a child was born, it was a very steep learning curve. I would spend hours in the middle of the night trying to lull my boy to sleep. I used to feel helpless and scared. But the good news is I learned some lessons and I learned some techniques on how to lull my boy to sleep. One technique I learned was to sing songs to him. I would sing and sing and sing until I had no more voice or until I ran out of songs. Another technique I learned was to push his trotter or pram until he fell asleep. Or I would simply throw him up in the air and down because he loved it. When a child, Phil, started speaking, it was a whole new ball game. He spoke, he was very, very talkative. And I quickly understood that the best way to teach him things was just to talk. And I figured out that he was most receptive at the table, dinner time, lunchtime. So I would tell him things like, "Can I have an apple?" And he would give it to me, and I would say, "Oh, thank you, thank you." And I would repeat the thank you, and he would learn to say thank you this way. Or I would tell him, "Wow, you finished your food." If you're a parent, you know that sometimes it can be a problem to get the kids to finish their food. So I would tell him, "Wow, you finished your food. Fantastic, fantastic." And he will repeat the word fantastic. Or I would say, "Oh my God, you've washed your hands. Good boy, good boy, good boy." And in time, the phrase good boy became a universal phrase in our household. It became synonymous to well done. It wasn't easy. I didn't relinquish. So I got there by really working hard. And so, good boy is what I learned, the lesson I learned going back to that day in December of 2015 in Orlando, Florida, coming from Disneyland. As I was about to walk away with Phil from the car, he asked me, "Hey, Daddy, Daddy." "Yes, son. What's the matter?" "Did you lock the car of the automobile?" "Sure, I did, son." And then this was his reply, "Good boy." I couldn't help but burst in laughter. My son complimented me by calling me good boy. Exactly the same way I had taught him, exactly the way we've been doing that at home. That was the most memorable lesson I've ever learned. More memorable than everything I've learned at university or from my father or my parents and friends combined. You see, that lesson can be summarized in 3 main points. First of all, when it comes to kids, if you want to teach them words or phrase, use those words or phrases. If you want to instill a behavior in children, practice that behavior. If you want to lead, the best way to lead is by example. Children simply copy their parents. No need to preach them. Just do it. This is the message I leave you with. Over to you back, Toastmaster.
Wow, these three equally amazing speakers really brought in. I could hardly choose the best speaker of the night. But before we cast our votes, can we hear the timer's report, please?
Hello. It's a timer support for speakers. It's a Toastmaster Ricky Chudian. It's taken 6 minutes 38 seconds. Toastmaster Muhammad Hassan, taken 6 minutes 50 seconds. And Toastmaster Alam Akamba, 6 minutes 15 seconds. So Muhammad Hassan, Toastmaster Muhammad Hassan and Toastmaster Alan Akamba is eligible for the voting. So vote can be directly vote in the private to the TM lead to Quito.
So we two qualified speakers, speaker number 2 and number 3. You may now vote your best speaker. You may send a private message to our vote counter, Toastmaster Lito Cueto. Do you still remember your graded recitations during school days?
Yes.
Or do you still recall your first ever job interview? Well, our next segment just sounds like that, but it isn't. It is an exciting session where we will all learn to think on our feet and answer questions in topics in a limited span of time. It is called the Better Thinking Session, otherwise known as the Table Topics Session. To conduct the Table Topics session, we have the President of Perlas ng Silangan Toastmasters Club and Vice President Public Relations of Horizon Toastmasters Club. He is my best friend. He is a champion speaker who won the first place in numerous speech contest 2020 in Area 31. Let us all welcome our Table Topics Master, Toastmaster Address Sakurat.
Thank you so much, TM Ashraf. Good evening, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Table Topics helps member practice the art of improvisation and also help us think on our feet. This help us develop our vital communication skills like listening, thinking, organizing, and delivering. The topics that I am prepared for you will hopefully help all of us become better at improvisation. Since we at Toastmasters try and provide speaking opportunity to maximum audience members, this session is not restricted to members alone. Even the guests can participate, of course. I hope everyone gives this a shot. I may randomly call anyone to participate, or you can volunteer by raising your hand. Before we begin, let me remind all of you that the timing for Table Topics session is 1 to 2 minutes. 1 minute is the maximum time. 1 minute and 30 minutes is the target time, and 2 minutes is the maximum time. Speakers are allowed to speak for a maximum of 2 minutes and 30 seconds in a table topic before being disqualified. Let's the roll begin. May I share my screen, please?
Sure.
May I call Toastmaster Linka?
Yes, you can.
Please select the letter you love. A. A. So your question is, what destined will reach you even if it's underneath two mountains? What is not destined will not reach you even if it's between your two lips. Your thought about this, please.
I studied at our local university and I graduated in management. And at this school, at this university, all our students, we were told that we are kind of exclusive employees for employers because we are so good. And I wanted to become an HR manager, the person who is a company and is leading other people and helping them to develop their skills regarding the job. And I wanted to be an HR manager. But my first job was about IT testing. My second job was about management. And my third job was about traveling. As you can see, my goal to be an HR manager I think it wasn't meant for me to become true. But now, finally, I realize what my true calling is. It's not HR, it's not marketing, it's not testing, it's project management. And starting this month, I have found this job here in my city with such a great people. And also my next dream came true. We are going to have a team building and it will be car drifting. So really it's true that what is not meant to you, it will not become, but what is meant to you to become, it will become true. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Linka. May I call another woman? Toastmaster Farida, are you ready?
Yes.
Please select the letter except letter A.
Okay, let's go with the F.
F. A, B, C, D, E. Do you celebrate the things you do have?
Do you celebrate the things you do have? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. I have been given the topic, do you celebrate the things you do have? Yes, of course. Over the years, one does tend to accumulate physical things. But more than celebrating physical things, I like to celebrate my own inner self, the virtues that I have collected, the good things that I have absorbed in my personality. I'd like to celebrate those things because the physical things, you can purchase them at any time. But if you are perseverant, if you are hardworking, if you have your wits about you and you have the willpower to make things work for you, you can make money and get the physical things. Like there are some people I have seen that they're extremely possessive about their car, their home, their prized possessions, their Rolex watches, this and that. I don't believe in all that. I don't. I personally think, I have actually discouraged it very actively, even in my children. I have discouraged these kind of tendencies. I prefer to celebrate things in my personality. I like to think that that the virtues that I have in my inner self, I'm a good human soul, I'm trustworthy, I'm dependable. I like all those virtues and I like to celebrate those things. I like to brag about those things. I like to hang on to those things so that I don't lose those virtues. And that's about it. So I do celebrate the things that I do have. It's just that they are not the physical things. They are more the things which are within me. Thank you very much.
Wow, it seems like I'm in a Miss Universe Q&A portion. May I call
Toastmaster
Toastmaster?
Edres,
Yes.
table topic master, please. Point of
Yes.
order, can we request the non-speakers to unmute, to mute their microphone because it is bugging the speakers, please?
Toastmaster Linka, could you please mute yourself? Thank you. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. May I call Toastmaster Shamim? Toastmaster Shamim, please select letters except A and F.
Hi. I would like to go for alphabet B.
D. A, B, C.
B for ball.
Okay. Boy. Okay.
Boy, yeah.
If you could be any age again for 1 week, what age and why?
Hi, friends. I'm Shamim. This is the first time I'm attending a Toastmaster event, and really happy to see what's happening. And can I see the this thing again? If you could be any age again for 1 week, what age and why? I'd like to travel back to my childhood, like to my school days. I really miss those time. I was born and most of my childhood was brought up in India. So I was lucky enough to be born in a very beautiful place, and I miss the nature. I miss my childhood a lot. I would like to go back to my school days. That's it.
Thank you so much. May I now call another lady, of course. The lady we called Patricia Javier in the Philippines, Toastmaster Nivedita.
Yes, I'm here.
Please select your letters. A letter only.
Okay, letter D. D for doll.
A, B, C, D. Your question is, please, the only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. Your thought.
Very good evening, all the wonderful ladies out there. Evaluator, Darshini, right? And beloved guests, very good evening. Okay, the only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. This is so damn true. Unless we decide what we want to be, exactly, like if you do not understand the actual inner value of your own life, you will not be clear with your goals. Right now, I just joined Toastmasters a few months ago. I'm completely into it. I've decided that I want to grow as a person with the Toastmaster fraternity to become a great leader. And I'm into it. I've decided that definitely I'll be there. Someday. I'm sure of it. All of us should always remember our goals, our determination is what defines an individual. So please be clear on what you want to be. Down the line, 5 years, down the line, 10 years, being a role model to your children, grandchildren. At least, if one person says, Toastmaster Nivedita, I wish I could be like you. Wow, that's what I call as success. That's what makes my life. I will be definitely so proud to hear that. That is all is needed. Not billions of money, crores of money, and end of the day you're not peaceful. No. Always decide what you want to achieve, and please be peaceful, whatever, and be humble, whatever you achieve in life.
and be clear with your thoughts, because thoughts what makes a person. With that, thank you and over to Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much, Patricia Javier of the Philippines, Toastmaster Nivedita. May I call another lady for tonight? Toastmaster Javiria Asad, are you ready? Please unmute your mic.
Yes.
Please select letters D, E, and G.
Okay. D, E. I think D is done.
Okay, this is right for you. This is from Shamsi Sup Sup. Will you change your religious belief to marry the person you love?
Okay.
If you're suppose if you're a single.
Sorry?
Given if you're single.
No, I'm not single. I'm married.
Just in case you're single, will you change your religious belief to marry the person you love?
I think my appearance is the answer of your question. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk about this topic. For me, religious is something which gives you the life in your body. The religion, the people who believe in different religions. I'm not talking about the particular religion which I believe, but religion gives you the way of life, how you should convey your personality, what you're thinking, about what you feel about things, about family, about relationships. So whatever you have a religion, you should have a firm belief on that, because once if you will not believe in your religion, then you cannot maintain any relationship with anybody in your life. Because when we born, when we make relationship, religion starts from day one. For example, in Islamic traditions, when a child born, Allah is great. This thing is announced is in his ear, or maybe in some other religions, some other rituals are following. So religion is the thing which we are adopting from the day one. So if we are not associated and we will not faithful to the thing which we have adopted from the day one, then how can we expect that we will be faithful to other relationships? So I think religion is the thing which lead you to live your life with rules, with regulation, with faith, with belief, and it also gives you the path to follow the principles which you have made for your life. So I think if a person who I love, I will tell him that I cannot leave my religion, because I am faithful to my religion and I believe I have a brought up to be faithful in my religion. I think that's it.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. I forgot the name, joke.
Juveria Asad.
Juveria Asad, okay, because we have two Juveria here tonight. So the last but not the least lady I want to call tonight is guest or Toastmaster Lisa Yarde. Please unmute yourself. Lisa Yarde, are you with us?
Here she's the general evaluator.
Oh, sorry. Okay, let me call Are you willing to answer, Toastmaster Lisa, or you want to give it to someone? Okay, let me call our Gavalier.
The letter J. I would like to choose the letter G.
Letter G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Have you ever regretted something you did not say or do?
Good evening, everyone, dear Toastmasters and my dear guests. I have regretted, actually, In my life, I was given the best piece of advice, who's my mentor, my dad. And he said that you have to listen to your inner voice. Actually, I avoided it totally. And now I'm getting regretted. As years pass, like a lot of years pass, now I understand the real meaning. Like listening to your inner voice means going into yourself, exploring yourself, and coming with what you're passionate about. Actually, I was not listening to the advice, and I was really, now I regret. Then I think that turning inwards is like is how we develop creativity. So if you have the drive, determination, and perseverance, it will lead you to excellence, and it will strive in your life. Now I understand the real meaning of what is listen to your inner voice, and now I understood the real meaning, and my ambition is to become a doctor. I really love to become a doctor. Now everyone knows how the healthcare professionals are fighting the invisible enemy with all the stake they have. They're selfless, hardworking, their gratitude towards their work. So even when there is like, it's life-risking job also. Now you may know, it's like so many doctors died around the world. Now it is life-risking job. So I would avoid that, because when we have the passion and commitment towards a job, it will drive towards excellence and will stride in our life. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you so much. It seems like really I'm in the Miss Universe Q&A portion for tonight. And sorry for Toastmaster Lisa. I thought you don't like to answer the question tonight, but hopefully you can attend our meeting next time so we can call you as in table topic. I really enjoyed my time tonight. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Ashraf Ongkang.
Wow, that was one innovative and interesting table topic session. I hope that everyone enjoyed it. With all these captivating speakers, at this point, I'd like to ask for the timer's report, please.
Thank you. For table topic timing is Toastmaster Lenka taken 1 minute 46 seconds. Toastmaster Farida 1 minute 40 seconds. Toastmaster Shamim taken 1 minute 1 second. Toastmaster Nivedita 2 minutes 12 seconds. Toastmaster Asad 2 minutes 15 seconds. And Cavalian Harshini taken 1 minute 38 seconds. So all are eligible for voting. So you can vote to or vote counter. All are eligible.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anwar. Based on the report, everyone is qualified for the Best Table Topic Speaker Award. You may now cast your votes. Whenever we speak, it is important to know whether we are doing it the right way or otherwise. And who could tell us all about in that team of highly qualified and eloquent speakers whose role is to observe and listen to all the speakers tonight. Now we come to the most important part of our meeting, the better listening session, also known as the evaluation session. This segment will be led by one very special guest and friend of our club. January 13, 2013 has forever been etched in the annals of the next generation Toastmasters Club. That was the date when our guest Toastmaster became a member. She has served as a member of the club executive and steered the club as president to its first President's Distinguished Club Award in the 2014 to 2015 year. She served as an area director, represented the club and the island of Barbados in the international speech contest in Antigua in 2016. She enjoys the experiences gained from being a member of the next generations, and she is the embodiment of an adventurous and innovative Toastmaster. As recently as May 31st, this Toastmaster organized an online international meeting which hosted some 150 participants. With a huge round of applause, let us all welcome Toastmaster Lisa Yard.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. We are on to our evaluation session. We're going to start today with our speech evaluators and our first speaker, our first evaluator, Javera Khan. She is a past president of Horizon Toastmasters Club for 2017-2018 and was District 79 first runner-up in the International Speech Contest in 2018. She's a former teacher in Saudi Arabia, but now lives in the UK. She loves Arabic calligraphy, and since getting married, has cooking as her hobby. Help me welcome Toastmaster Khan with our first speech evaluation.
Thank you, General Evaluator. The two most powerful words, I am, they are powerful because what comes after I am will shape your life. Fellow Toastmasters, guests, and Toastmaster Ricardo Chuidian, good evening. Toastmaster Ricky, let me start by commending you for choosing a perfect title for your icebreaker. I am. Two little powerful words that just revolve around you. You did an ingenious job selecting the title. Now let's talk about the purpose of your speech. In around 6 minutes, Toastmaster Ricky, you did not just introduce yourself briefly to us.
Is lost. Toastmaster Javier?
You seem to have lost
Toastmaster that you could use to make your speech better. Can you hear me?
We lost the portion
Javier,
of the
now you are
value.
yes.
Okay.
1 second. Can you all hear me now? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay now, Toastmaster Javier.
Okay. So let us move on to the suggestions that I have for you. Number 1 is facial expression. Toastmaster Ricky, you had a few narrations in your speech where you were talking about scorching heat. Am I still audible?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So about scorching heat, when you were saying scorching heat, you were just smiling. So instead of smiling, you could just have a facial expression of the heat, the scorching heat, and it would add some drama to your speech. And the next thing, the next point, the next suggestion is, you know that the virtual meetings that we have now have made it easier for us to have eye contact. So Toastmaster Ricky, instead of looking at individual audience windows, if you could see at that one eye lens in your device, it would grab everyone's attention. It would look like you're looking into everyone's eyes. So that would fulfill the eye contact. Number 3 is very simple. It's just to time your speeches beforehand so that you don't rush towards the end, so that your conclusion is smooth. So just time your speeches beforehand. Overall, Toastmaster Ricky, it was lovely getting to know you through your powerful icebreaker. If you just work on your expressions, your eye contact, and the time, I think it would be great. So thank you, and overall to the General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Khan. We are on to our second speech evaluator, Toastmaster Bila Alam, who works as a technical sales engineer for Impro and hails from Cairo, Egypt, all the way from Egypt. He's the past president of Horizon Toastmasters Club for the 2018-2019 year, loves reading books and social networking. Help me welcome our second evaluator, Toastmaster Alam.
Thank you very much, Madam General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. In his #1 best-selling book, Good to Great, Jim Collins highlighted the main factors that should be implemented to turn struggling companies or just good companies to great companies. And the first factor was level 5 leaderships or leaders. And then the second factor was first who, then what, which is the team. So leaders is the first factor to turn any such good thing into great. And then the second factor is team, which is directly affected by the leaders. So it's leadership is as important as anything, but it is the most important thing. Toastmaster Muhammad Hassan today delivered an absolutely fantastic speech, and his delivery was not just great, it was huge. So thank you very much, Toastmaster Muhammad Hassan, for the wonderful speech. And just for your knowledge for the team, Toastmaster Muhammad Hassan works as a technical sales engineer in Impro, and I work as a technical sales manager in Impro. So when he started, when he talked about, I need this task to be completed by tomorrow at 9 a.m., I was like, oh my God, what did I do? And then when he spoke about his experience of leading a team that he felt not responsible, oh, I remember that time. So I just would like to start with good points I liked about the speech. So the first point was the construction of the speech. The construction was great and awesome construction. He started by the code, then he moved to how should leaders communicate, and then how his leadership style was democratic, and then he learned other leadership styles and the Toastmaster, and he learned that he practiced other styles like affiliative or coaching leadership style. And then he spoke about his experience or two experiences that where he practiced affiliative and leaderships and coaching styles. And then the ending was absolutely great, which is the second point I really liked, which when you end your speech, you always give it to the audience. And this is what he did. He said, okay, I have discovered my leadership styles, but have you? Which was also great. Then the other point I really liked about the speech was the body language. So the body language, he did two things that I really liked in the speech, which his hand gestures was like when he was counting multiple points, he was using his hand gestures, and also his stage movement was great. Just 2 points or 2 recommendations from my side, and just for myself or what I learned from my evaluators, when I give a point of recommendation, I always pick an example from the speech. So for example, the first point was to add humor. So for example, in your speech, when you started about leading the team, that their qualifications were not up to the mark and they were not responsible, I would say, for example, when I practiced my democratic leadership style, the result was absolutely hectic. You know why? Because I started banging my head against the wall. Something like that. It's just, you could add humor somewhere in your speech, and there's a lot of room, or say any humorous incident that happened during that part. The other point is that I would recommend as well is to use a story. So you mentioned when you practiced your coaching leadership, how did you turn a not responsible person to a valuable member to the team? But you didn't mention how. You could have mentioned an incident. For example, for myself, I had a story with one person who I assigned him a task. He made a mistake. Okay, and then good job, but just next time take care of this. The second time, the same thing. Then third time when I assigned him a task, oh, I will do a mistake. I don't want to do it. Okay, so what would you do in this part? Like for example, what I did in this area, I told him, okay, you'll lead this team on this task. And when he started leading a team on a specific task, when he comes to me, what decision should I take? You decide. And then he learns to be responsible, and he will supervise his own work when he's assigned any task. He will start, okay, to look at the mistakes he did, and then he corrected himself and supervised his own work. So just if you mention a story or about any incident, you don't have to mention all the steps you followed, just one story, the highlight of the event, so that everybody understands how he could turn not responsible person to a responsible or valuable member of the team like you did. So it was absolutely great speech, and thank you very much for such a wonderful speech, and wish you all the best. Thank you, and back to the G.
Your voice is low. Voice is very low.
And Lisa, we cannot hear you.
To our third and final speech evaluator. Is that better?
Yeah, it's okay now.
Yes, all right, great. Toastmaster Umar Fakwar Akan. A ghost driving a meat-coated skeleton riding on a big rock floating in vast space. Working as a senior internal auditor for Renault Automobiles for the past 7 years and hails from Islamabad, Pakistan. He's the current president, he's your current president of the Horizon Toastmasters Club. He loves reading books, playing chess, teaching, watching movies, listening to music, and Toastmastering. Most of all, I call Umar friend. Our third evaluator, Toastmaster Umar.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for this humbling introduction. It's a pleasure to evaluate Toastmaster Ellen today, straight from Russia. Toastmaster Ellen, your speech was very relatable for everybody, all the parents and soon-to-be parents. Everybody could relate to your speech. Your speech has proven that child is indeed the father of man, and how it's a challenging thing for everybody to bring up a child. You may do a lot of courses and all that, but still the learning is done by doing, being actually there for them. So what I loved about your speech was, first of all, your expressions. You had wonderful facial expression. Your even eyes were talking also. And that's very important, to have that whatever you are saying, to emote it through your face. A lot of times, sometimes you are showing a happy feelings, but you are having a serious face. So it is not in reconciling, or it is not in the line of it. So your face was portraying what your words were saying. Secondly, your hand gesture. Your hands were also talking. So whatever your hands direction was there, or you are talking about sun, you are talking about your family and all different events, you are there. So your hands were also talking. That I loved, hand gestures. So that was great. Thirdly, you opened the speech with a story. A lot of ways to open the speech. You can open with a question, you can open with a quote, you can open with a song, you can open with a physical gesture, you open with a story. That's a very good way of opening the stories. Opening a speech, you can hook the audience immediately. But there is a place you can put yourself in and you can grow. It's called room for improvement. I will put you in that room and give you some recommendation if you want like to. So first of all, I felt your speech lacked the energy. See, for humor, to create humor, you have to have energy and that enthusiasm, and that you have to deliver the punch after punch. Okay, so for example, you are saying one thing, then you are going the other way. So you have to have that surprise element also, that you can bring in punches and all that. You can build up a humor in that way constructively. So that was one thing that was missing. Secondly, you were delivering while you are standing. So if you and you're in when you are talking in a through camera, your speaking area is your camera range. So sometimes your arms were cutting off and your movement was very limited. So if your wider screen was there, that you could have moved freely or convey the meaningful purposeful movement of the stage. Overall, I loved your speech and I loved how you expressed it, opened it, and everything. All the essential ingredients were there, and you met the objectives of injecting some humor into it also. If you fulfill and if you apply all the recommendations that I have given you, to have that physical movement and to have that energy, I'm sure you will become an excellent speaker one day. Back to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Umar. We are onto our table topics evaluator. That's Toastmaster Jeffrey Aquino. This champion speaker represented Division F in the evaluation speech contest in 2019 and the international speech contest in 2020. He is an educator by profession and currently holds the position of Vice President membership at Horizon Toastmasters Club. He loves eating. He's my soulmate. I love eating. He loves eating, traveling. Help me welcome Toastmaster Jeffrey.
Thank you very much, my General Evaluator, for such a generous introduction. Fellow Toastmasters and my affable and lovely guests. Pleasant evening, afternoon, whatever time of the day. Good day to you. Table topics is such a nerve-wracking experience, but it is much fun as we have been seeing speakers delivering speeches from their hearts. And I must say, I congratulate Toastmaster Ed Restacurat for taking the role as the table topic master. Thank you for explaining what is the table topics all about to the newcomers or to the new guests that we have, and also what are the benefits that we will be able to get from speaking in the table topic. And that alone gives you an ample credibility that you know what you are talking. And since the table topics is speaking and thinking on your feet, I must say, please allow me to give my humble evaluation. And pardon me to the first speaker because I was not able to take your name because of the glitch in the system or in the internet data. But I was able to watch your speech. You were you have the conviction when you speak. And I love the vocal variety. Your voice was as clear as it is because we have to know or we have to hear the words, every word that you're going to utter. And that alone stands out in a table topic speech. Continue on doing that and more connection with the audience. Look into the camera. If in the audience or if you are into the live audience, look to the eyes of the audience. By that, you will be a great speaker. Toastmaster Farida, do you celebrate things you do have? That question is such a good question. You have shown us a facial expression that truly manifested what was the meaning of what you are talking about. It was so transparent when you say that you are a little happy. I felt it. And a little tone down on your voice when there were some points in your life that we have to understand. Your personal touches, we have known you for at least half of your life because your attitude, your attributes in life were there on your speech. That is a great personal touch on table topics, and I salute you. Toastmaster Shamim, if you could be at any age for a week, what age and why? You have just brought us back into our high school days. Who will not miss being a kid, being playful, being worrisome, and just cherishing the moments of childhood? Thank you for bringing us back the moment that we love. And that alone, we really know that you really love to be young again. Thank you very much. And that is also a powerful speech because it is also a personal one. TM Nivedita, the only person you declined to become, to dream to become is the person you decide to be. The vocal variety and conviction in your speech were so eminent. It was really manifested. And you even have shown hand gesture. Your mouth is not just speaking, but your hands, your body language is also talking. So by that alone, Toastmaster Nivedita, you have given us more flavors of your personality. It seems that you are really a senior and a seasoned Toastmaster. So by that, I congratulate you. Toastmaster Juveria, will you change your religious belief to marry the person you love? The question that I never ever expected to be asked on mine. It is such a hard thing. Toastmaster, you have the power of words, the eloquence of choosing words into the phrases and is teaching it one by one. It's totally an amazement to me. And you sounded so good. Your voice is such a good thing to hear. Pardon me for the last speaker because I wasn't able to take your name again because of the signal that I have. But as a young speaker, my dear, you are really promising. Surely you will rock the stage, not just table topics, but taking into account all of the recommendations of other friends or Toastmasters within your group. Surely we might be seeing you in the World Championship stage. All over to the Toastmasters that who have bravely took the challenge to speak in the table topics, I salute to you. It was an experience that is worthy to be kept. Always remember that thinking on or speaking in the table topic session will not hinder you to speak what is from your heart. Always remember that speaking from the table topic sessions will give you a horizon, a broadened horizon that for the people to touch their lives. Share your stories. Let us feel your emotions. When you're sad, let us feel that you are sad. When you're happy, let us make all happy. And that is the very key of being a great table topic speaker. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I give back the floor to our general evaluator as she concludes the other reports tonight. Thank you very much and have a good night.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jeffrey. I see we have another thing in common. We both love Superman. Well done.
I do.
We are up to
Thank you.
the grammarian evaluation, and that's by Toastmaster Noah Invito. This graduate in computer science is a teacher by profession. He hails from the Philippines. He loves classical art and music. Help you welcome grammarian Toastmaster Noah.
Thank you, our general evaluator of tonight's meeting. Now, I don't know if I should feel bad about how I played my role tonight, or should just be happy how everyone has used the language adhering to the grammar rules. I mean, like, for the entire meeting, I have only very few words that have taken note because they are not used properly. Like, uh, it's almost perfect as far as the use of language is concerned. So I'm gonna focus on the words that I liked during the meeting, like the Toastmaster of the day. He used the words ebullient, captivating, and then I have here the words individuality, scorching heat of the sun. When if it was me, I would just say under the heat of the sun. So it's a common phrase. Perseverance, jack of all trades, I am the Ricky that I want to be. That's a wonderful and powerful phrase. Seek out, that's something that I don't use normally. Never about the role, it's always about the goal. That's a very powerful phrase too. Crucial, adaptability, that's one important thing that we must all have as leaders. And we also have receptive burst and laughter. Ingenious, that's a very uncommon word, but it's a very powerful word too. Improvisation, love the impact on I just love the impact to me, how it the effect it has on me, like when Toastmaster Levidita said completely into it, goals determination defines a person. Like, it's not about the grammar rule, but it's how she said it and the phrase itself. And inner voice, conviction, eminent, flavors of personality, amazement. So these are just some of the wonderful, beautiful words that I've heard today. But of course, although we have used the language almost perfectly, but I would just like to take note of some, of few misused words like one piece at a time. If we're talking about our dreams, it's an abstract noun, so we cannot count it. It's not countable noun, so we can just say one at a time. And then we have didn't realize. I think I heard D at the end of the word, so it should be didn't realize. The verb should be in the present tense. And then we have participate. If it's ATE word, and if it's a verb, it should be long A, like participate. And then if we are talking about dreams, it will be, or it will come true, not it will become true. Now, for the word of the day, well, this is something that I feel bad actually. Like I heard the words perseverance. It's like it's the word of the day, but it's not the word of the day. So I heard the words perseverance many times. However, we did not persevere in a way that we relinquish in using the word of the day. So maybe I am mistaken, but I only heard two Toastmasters who used the word of the day, and they are Toastmaster Lito Cueto and Toastmaster Alan. I stand corrected. Maybe there are other Toastmasters who use the word of the day. But anyways, thank you. And back to you, General Evaluator.
Toastmaster Noel, for your report. We are on to our counselor, youth leader. I am about to almost pronounce your name incorrectly. Harshani? Am I correct? Ramessi? All right. So
Good evening.
to her, she is the youth leader, a Gavalier of Al. Pronounce that one for me, please.
Al-Ghuzebi.
Toastmasters Club. Thank you, Toastmaster Umar. Madam Accounter.
Hello. Good evening, everyone, once again. Now let me present my counter report. Toastmaster Ashraf used no R's, no filler words, and no repeated words. Toastmaster Anwar used 10 R's, no filler words, and no repeated words. Toastmaster Ricky Churian used no R's, no filler words, and no repeated words. And Toastmaster Mohammed used 8 R's, no filler words, and 1 repeated word. Toastmaster Alan used no R's and no filler words and 1 repeated word. Toastmaster Uzair Iqbal used 1 R, no filler words, and 2 repeated words. Toastmaster Javeria Khan used 3 R's, no filler words, and 2 repeated words. Toastmaster Bilal Alam used 9 R's, no filler words, and 5 repeated words. Toastmaster Umar Farooq used 3 R's, no filler words, and 2 repeated words. Toastmaster Edrist used no R's, no filler words, and no repeated words. Toastmaster Lanka used no R's, no filler words, and no repeated words. Toastmaster Farida used 1 R, no filler words, and 1 repeated word. Toastmaster Shamim used 8 R, no filler words, and 1 repeated words. Toastmaster Nivedita, 1 R, no filler words, and 3 repeated words. Toastmaster Javeria, 2 R, no filler words, and no repeated words. Toastmaster Lisa, no R's, no filler words, and no repeated words. Toastmaster Noel Invento, 5 R's, no filler words, and 2 repeated words. Toastmaster Jeffrey, 1 R, no repeated words, and no filler words. Toastmaster Licho, 3 R's, and no filler words, and no repeated words. Thank you. This is for my counter report. Back to you.
Is our counter efficient or what? Good job. Absolutely fantastic job. Before I give my evaluation, I'm going to ask the timer to give the reports, the timing reports for the speech evaluators and also the table topics evaluators and the grammarian and the accounts. Mr. Timer.
Sure. Thank you. Good evening once again. for timing report for the evaluation is Toastmaster Jabariya Khan taken around 2 minutes 30 seconds because some disturbance in the technicality. I cannot able to count, but around 2 minutes 30 seconds. Toastmaster Bilal Alam taken 5 minutes 40 seconds. Toastmaster Omar Farooq taken 3 minutes 12 seconds. Toastmaster Jeffrey Aquino 6 minutes 12 seconds. Toastmaster Noel Invento 3 minutes 40 seconds. And Gavalian Hashini Ramasamy taken 2 minutes exactly. So from this, only Mr. Bilal and Toastmaster Bilal and Toastmaster Jeffrey Aquino are not eligible. Remaining, they can vote for or vote counter. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Timer. Now for our general evaluators report. If it is not meant for you, it is not going to happen. But if it is meant for you, it is going to be amazing. And this was evident from the outset of our meeting, from the joke to our speeches, obviously our Toastmaster of the evening, even in our evaluations. The speeches this evening were enlightening, they were informative. We did not relinquish our power. We stepped up and took on our roles and delivered our speeches and feedback with excellent precision. Thank you again to my amazing team who executed their roles effectively and efficiently. Did you just hear the accountant? Spot on. All but for some choppy internet connection, I think we had a good meeting. What I especially loved was when we did have internet issues, that somebody was able to jump in there and pick up and keep the meeting going. So very well done. So our young Toastmasters and our guests who participated, you are the VPEs this evening, or a very important persons. Thank you again, Horizon Toastmasters, for having me. It was indeed a pleasure to be here, and I look forward to your next meeting where I'll be able to do a table topic. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lisa, for that very educational evaluation session. I hope that everyone learned a thing or two, used that piece of information for your further growth. I'd like to call on our vote counter to announce the winner.
Yes, thank you very much, Toastmaster Ashraf Langkang. Can I announce the winner now, or do we have any certificate for the winner, Toastmaster Ricky Chudian?
You may announce now.
Okay, the best speaker or the best evaluator tonight. I will announce first the best evaluator tonight. Toastmaster Noel Invento. Give him a virtual round of applause. And for the best table topic goes to Toastmaster Meredita. A round of applause, Toastmaster Meredita. And for the best prepared speaker tonight, Toastmaster Alan. Thank you very much and good night.
Alan, speak.
Back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to all of you.
There are many instances in our lives wherein we dream of something and try our best to achieve it. But we realize that no matter how hard we try, it seems as if reaching that dream is almost near to impossible. I believe that things happen for a reason. If God didn't grant you the desires of your heart, maybe it's because that would do you any good. Or maybe God has a better surprise for you. You may not control all of the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. Remember, if it's not meant for you, it's not gonna happen. You are not yet too old to set another goal. or dream another dream? Thank you so much, fellow Toastmasters. It's been a great pleasure serving as your Toastmaster of the day. Now back to you, Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Umar Farouk.
Hello, everybody. Please give a big round of applause to the first time Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ashraf. He did such an amazing, awesome, marvelous job. Fantastic. You never looked so confident like this. You are looking fully poised and rocked it. We are so proud of you, everybody. Great, great, well done. So during this session, we have learned about more about our VP education, about his life. Then we learned about some leadership styles also. Then we learned about some good parenting lessons also. So in this Toastmasters meeting, you have gained so much of knowledge and learnings and some valued suggestions and all. So valuations and all. So this is the beauty of Toastmasters meeting. They are so much fun at the same time, so much you are learning also. So with this, I would like to ask so many our guests are there, so we can have our valued guests give some comments about the meeting and feedback. So first of all, I will ask Toastmaster Farida to give some feedback about our meeting, how she liked it.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Thank you for allowing me to speak again. I love this group. I will be very honest with you. I love the vibe that all of you have between each other. And my God, TMOD, hats off. Hats off. You look fantastic. You have very good gestures. I mean, you're fantastic as a TMOD. You did not allow this meeting to sleep. You kept it, alive. And I love this whole batch. I love this whole batch. All of you are fantastic. All of you, actually, you all look like one big family. So I enjoyed myself here. Thank you very much for allowing me to attend your
No,
meeting.
it's a pleasure to have you, Toastmaster Farida, with us. Now we can have guest Shamim is with us for the first time. So can we have your feedback also? What you loved about our meeting?
Hi, everybody. My name is Shamim. I have been trying to get in touch with Horizon Toastmasters. Like one of my old colleague gave me your reference. Unfortunately, I'm not much into Facebook. I hardly, like, once in a month I log into the Facebook. So I don't read the messages which I receive. So Mr. Umar Farooq sent me some message a month back, and yesterday I happened to have logged in and replied to him, and the same time he gave me a reply. I didn't expect that. It was like almost 11 o'clock at night. Thanks a lot, Mr. Umar. And really, the team is great. The people like Ashraf, Nivetida, very good. And our Ricky, Graham, you guys are great. Like, I like to learn from you guys, the way you present things. It's amazing. And the way, the attitude, mashallah, very good. I didn't mention some of you guys, but all of you are great. Thanks a lot. I would like to be a part of your team in the coming meetings, inshallah.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Sure, we would love to have you as our Horizon member also soon, inshallah.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Now, yes, we have with us Toastmaster Javeri Asad with us as a guest. Can we have your feedback also?
Yes, thank you so much, Umar, for inviting me. As you know, that this is my first meeting in any English club, because I'm recently member of Pakistani Community Toastmaster, and they used to conduct their meetings mostly in Urdu. So I'm a very good speaker in Urdu, as you know, but I'm trying to improve my speaking skill and communication skill in English too. And today, first time I got this topic to speak in table topics segment. And I don't know, the topic was very difficult, and I don't know what should I say, but I tried my best. So thank you so much, and hopefully see you again. And really a very friendly atmosphere here, and people are very encouraging here, supporting here, and the most importantly, that we have people from different nationalities. So we are sharing different cultures, different languages, different things, thinking, and perspective of life. So definitely we will learn. So we will learn so much from each other. Thank you so much.
Again, it's a pleasure to have you with us, and we're looking forward to you becoming the Horizon member also. So, Toastmaster Lenka, our European Toastmaster, how was the meeting?
This meeting was really great. I like the atmosphere and the energy because it's quite a long meeting, but the energy is so high, the atmosphere is so great, the speakers were so well prepared and very inspirational for life. I like the table topics. It was very thought-provoking and driven from basic life. It was really good. And I also like the evaluations. And this meeting was overall really, really, really very great. And thank you, Umar, for inviting me here today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lenka. Looking forward to having you in our future meetings also. We have Toastmaster Nivedita, our young and upcoming Toastmaster.
Very good evening, everyone. Once again, all the DTMs, Toastmasters, great leaders, DTM Feta sir, good evening. Hello. Yeah, it was a fantastic session. Thank you so much for inviting me. Our great leader, President, Honorable President Umar, and I'm not getting the names, Ricky Churian. Thank you so much for having me here. That was a fantabulous show. I enjoyed it. And thank you so much, Table Topic Master. That was thought-provoking for me. Thank you so much. And I wish and I hope I can attend more and more sessions of your club. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Back to you, sir.
Yes, a pleasure to have you with us. Looking forward to seeing you in our meetings, future meeting. Yes. We have with us our club growth director for District 79, the Wonder Woman herself, DTM, Cess Valencia. Okay.
Thank you so much, Mr. President, Toastmaster Umar Farouk, fellow Toastmasters, and to our wonderful guests. Good evening. First and foremost, my apology because I lost my connection in my laptop, so I have to restart. But anyway, I'm using my mobile right now to catch up. Thank you so much for inviting me in this online meeting. It was really a great meeting as usual. It's been a while that I did not attend after how many months or weeks, I can't remember. But thank you, Horizon Toastmasters, Horizon members, for continuing conducting this online meeting. It's really my honor for having tonight to attend your online meeting, and I truly enjoyed. Really, I was so amazed with the speeches, with the table topics. I like the table topics. I was waiting for Toastmaster Ed to call me, but unfortunately, he didn't call me. That's okay. And thank you for all the guests who came tonight. It's around the world, and I was really like happy that I saw different faces in this online meeting. This is what we brought us in COVID situations, that we get connected globally. So thank you so much, and keep on what you are doing, because you never know that Horizon is always on top in District 79. So keep shining and keep growing. Enjoy while learning. So thank you so much, and back to our Mr. President.
Great to have you with us. It's an honor to have you with us always. We have with us Roger Hudson. Are you there? We can have some few comments from you.
Thank you, President Umar. It's always a pleasure. You visit us, and I decided to come out again to your club meeting. And it's exceptional as usual. I had a great time, although I have been multitasking. It's the middle of the day. But I'm glad I wasn't called. But yes, the speeches were awesome. Evaluations were on point. And I look forward to attending another meeting. Interestingly enough, I had to travel all across the world to see Lisa Yard. And she lives in Barbados. I haven't seen her in a while. But it's good to see her over here. I know she's gone. Oh, there she is. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for having me.
Yes, it's great to always have you with us. We are both the number crunchers, huh? We both, Roger and me. So, accountant, so background. So, it's always great to have you with us. And with this, I would love to acknowledge everybody. It was great to have you with us, and it was an amazing meeting. With this, I will officially adjourn the meeting. We can now officially chit chat.
Can we turn on all our videos, please, so I can take a souvenir photo?
Yes, we should turn on all the videos that we can take a picture.
Yes. Since we are going to take a picture, I will stay here a little bit more longer to take a picture with you.
Okay, Bilal, Jeffrey, Alan, Lito, Javeria Asad.
By the way, thank you so much, Toastmaster Juveria and Toastmaster Bilal. If you have not noticed, all of our 3 speech evaluators tonight are all presidents of Horizons Club. Toastmaster
Yes.
Jeffrey, Toastmaster Alan, please turn on your videos.
Alan is just joining in, I think. And Anwar, can you turn on the video? Oh, Bilal Jr. is there also, huh? Future Gamaliel.
Hi, Bilal Jr. Nice to see you.
Hi, Bilal.
Oh, mashallah.
Belittle.
Toastmaster Javeria, can you turn on the video? Alan.
Hi, Siko Siko. Baby Siko Siko.
Okay.
I didn't pet here.
The anonymous judge. Huh?
Okay, I think Toastmaster Alan still connecting. Let me take a photo now. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Hi, Jandel.
Jandel is surgical striker.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Great to see you all,
Hi,
guys.
DTM says.
Great to see you.
Thank you, DTM says. Thank you. Please keep in touch. You need to register.
Yes, Shamim, you can. We are looking forward to seeing you in our next meeting.
Shamim already
and as a
subscribed
member.
to my YouTube channel, so the others.
I'm
You want
the
to teach him cooking,
857th
huh?
subscriber.
Promoting our YouTube channel, Sir Chef Ricky Media.
You are doing the
I
side
just
business.
One more photo.
Toastmaster Farida.
Also the Alcobar relaxing.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
Yes.
Thank you so
How are
much
you
to
today?
our guests.
Okay, guys, I'm leaving. Mr. Umar Farooq, I'll be in touch with you.
Living?
Ricky,
Okay.
you're a chef?
Yes, he's a
Are you
master
a
chef.
chef?
Are you alone?
Yes.
You're a
guys.
master chef?
Yes, I'm
Yes.
going to post beef masala recipe later tonight.
Really?
Oh.
Okay.
So please subscribe
Yes.
to my YouTube channel.
I will send you the link, Toastmaster Farida.
Let me send it now in the group chat before I.
Okay.
I love cooking, by the way, so I will subscribe.
Hi, Nigeria.
Toastmaster Ricky, naughty. Okay. What is this? SIKR?
Oh, sorry. Where's the Ricky Creepian? Okay.
Javeria, it's always great to have you with us, Javeria
Check
Khan.
it out for all my Indian Pakistani friends.
My pleasure being here.
You have joined the
Madam
Toastmasters?
says.
Hello.
Sorry?
You have joined the Toastmasters Club there in England?
Not yet. I am planning to soon, not yet.
You can join here.
Again.
Yes. Again, once again.
Let's see if it doesn't clash.
Come Ed.
Yes. See, Toastmaster Farida is a very good cook also, you know.
Actually,
Ricky
I
can
love
learn from-
cooking. I love cooking, Ricky.
Well,
It's
I can
one
learn
way
from
of
you.
de-stressing. You know, when I got married and I went to a city called Quetta in Pakistan, I lived there with my husband for 20 years. So we had a cook at home. So I didn't really have to cook for the sake of feeding the family. You know what I mean? So I just cooked out of passion and out of love for cooking. So that is
Wow,
when
that's
you
nice.
cook. Yes, when you cook out of your own inner self, not just because you have to feed people, It's a different feel altogether. I love it.
It's a stress reliever for me also, cooking and baking.
For sure, for sure. And you know, the day that my mood is not good, I will cook too much.
Exactly, same here.
I hope next time you can cook for us.
Yeah, sure.
I love biryani, Pakistani biryani.
Oh, welcome, Kuya. Welcome.
You have to go to Dubai. Yeah, Toastmaster Javeri Asad, what you are saying?
I'm telling Ma'am Farida, just cook biryani for them.
So please check my YouTube channel. I will be posting the beef masala later on, and I will post also a biryani recipe. Maybe
Yeah, don't just post. We invite us for the party, yeah.
And next week we'll be here at home. Yalla.
Yes, our next XCOM meeting should be there.
Inshallah, sure. Everyone's invited. DTM says thank you so much. TM Juveria can please send me some of your recipes also.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Had a great time.
You guys are fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. All of you are fantastic.
Yes, you are also awesome.
Thank you.
Great energy.
Before I forget, I would like to congratulate our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster.
Yeah.
Asha. Well done.
Congratulations,
Awesome.
ang sarap.
I love the emotions in the beginning. I wasn't able to
now he will do amazing work now. Asha, I know.
Toastmaster Noel, great grammarian job also. Our topic master, TM address. Thank you so much. Great job, everyone.
Cute table topic master. Huh?
Yeah. If you are planning to take up some roles or deliver your projects, please approach me ASAP. Okay.
Yes. Anwar is the next Toastmaster of the day.
YouTube. And please also support Alcobar music.
We will, President and VP, we will go now. We will go to Lito's place to have tea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kadak tea, kadak tea.
Yeah, kadak tea with biryani. Nice meeting you all. Have a good night.
Can we go there?
Good night. Take care, everybody.
Be safe.
Take
Bye.
care.
Take care.
Bye. Bye. Tata.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.